It's the beat?
Yes.
All right.
Free, Dark Boom Bap, X Mob Deep, X Nas, type beat, Rendezvous.
Okay.
Man, that was a nice pronunciation.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't even know French. Produced by SRKTNZ. And I give credit so I don't get sued.
Copyright,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like,
Smart man.
if the podcast gets, I get credit.
Yeah.
Oh wow, this is like
beat
a
is tight.
this is like an old school like like a 90s boom bap rap shit.
Exactly.
All right, damn, I don't even know how I'm gonna come in this beat, bro.
Come
All right,
however,
let's
you know?
see. All right, yeah. It's funny because with these kind of beats, you actually have to be good at rapping.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can't be
Consciously,
trash.
yeah, exactly.
I can't just do like Playboy Cardi on this beat. You have to be like Nas, like lyrical miracle, fucking. All right, let's see.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, give me a word. Give me a word.
Pizza.
All right, let's see what the fuck I can say with pizza. All right, pizza. Yeah. I was eating pizza the other day. Then I came home and found this bitch laying on my bed. I said, what the fuck you doing right there? Get the fuck out of my house. Yeah, you know you annoying me. Yeah, you annoying me. Fuck, there's a rhyme in there. Annoying me. Yeah. All these people know it's me. When I hop on this beat, yeah, you know it's gonna go wild like Wild Wild West. Yeah, you know I'm the best. Ain't nobody can compare. All right, let's see. Good job.
I'm gonna try. All right.
Ooh.
I never freestyle on a beat.
Ooh.
The bitch said I cheat.
What?
That's it. That's all I got.
Ooh.
But I stay on top.
Oh.
It's kind of cringy how I freestyle. But it might take a while.
Wow.
People call me Will Smith. It is true. But I still look better than you and your
Fresh
mom.
Prince.
And your mom as well.
Your mom.
I'm just a boy. You already know what it is. I got the conscious shit. Hey, you're a bitch. She is my bitch.
All right, look, I'll be honest. That was way better than I expected it to go. Cause this beat is kind of hard to freestyle on. Because you can't say like. You can't rap how I rap.
Exactly
right.
Right.
Giving this beat like I'm Young Thug or something.
Exactly.
Like I kicked this bitch out of my bed. It's like whatever. All right, that's funny.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. I was like ad-libbing through a 90s beat. It's kind of like wrong a little bit. Like if an old head was listening to that, they'll be probably really mad.
Exactly.
But yeah, that's just how we start the episode. Sabir, and what's your last name?
Abdusshaheed.
All right, hold on. Let's take it slow because I want to get it right.
Abdusshaheed.
Abdusshaheed.
Yes.
So Sabir Abdusshaheed.
Shaheed with a D.
Oh, Shaheed.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me start again. Sabir
Abdusshaheed. Yes, sir.
All right, there we go. That's what I was waiting. Exactly. I needed to get that right. You know what I mean? How are you?
I'm doing good.
You're doing good?
Yeah.
You're doing good? What were you doing today?
Bro, it's a lot, bro. So I went to the gym,
Okay.
Planet
Right,
Fitness.
that's good. That's good.
I'm trying to be healthy for basketball.
You play basketball?
Yeah, I play ball.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah,
bro, I had no idea you were this tall. How tall are you?
6'4". Yeah.
I had no fucking idea.
Bro?
I didn't know you were taller than Sahir.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I had no idea. Because you're his little brother, right?
Little cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you guys look alike.
Really?
You guys look a lot alike. Yeah.
Really?
I could see it. I could see the resemblance.
We
For
can't
sure.
see it, obviously. But
Really?
nah.
Oh, well, because his family, yeah. I mean, everybody tells me I look exactly like my sister. My sister's like, no, we don't. Don't ever say that. Like, she doesn't want to be compared to me.
Right.
But I didn't know you play basketball. You play, like, pretty seriously?
I mean, I take it seriously,
Okay.
But, I'm going to have fun with it as well.
Right.
I play for Mercer. It's a New Jersey school.
Okay. Is it New Jersey League?
It's like a JUCO league. So it's a college, and it's D2.
Got it. Okay.
But it's like a JUCO whole division thing too. But right now I'm out for the season. Yeah.
Why?
It's things happen with the school, and then like the coach will be like improve my skills, and then injuries, and there's a whole bunch of all that.
A lot of stuff. But when did you start playing basketball?
So I officially started playing when I was 12.
Wow. Okay. So you've been playing for a long time.
No, people be starting around like 4 or 5 years old.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
in the league.
Yeah.
But like,
That's still a long time. Like,
yeah,
how old are you?
I'm
19?
18.
You're
now.
18.
Yeah.
So it's 6 years. That's a long. Yeah, that's a long time.
But like I started off with soccer, and then I got injured in soccer.
Oof.
Yeah, and then I did football. I got injured in football.
Oh, no.
So then now it's basketball. Hopefully, don't jinx it, but I don't get like a serious injury in basketball.
So you got serious injuries in those last two.
Yeah, I broke my leg in two places when I was like
fuck.
11. Exactly. I
Shit.
played soccer.
How did you break it?
So the thing was like, so the ball, he was running towards me, and then like the ball got caught in my ankle somehow. So I fell with my knee facing the ground and my ankle facing outward. So I felt like that.
What the fuck?
Exactly. And I didn't feel it. And it was like on top of a hill, so I fell down the hill. And then I'm coming up the thing like
what the
it was
fuck?
yo, I literally blacked out, yo. Like it was like
that it was, but yeah, I mean, yeah, probably the pain was so crazy. Probably it was like, yeah,
it was like a quick second, and then like next thing you know, I hear people screaming, yelling, calling my name, and then 2 days later, I got like a whole cast from my ankle all the way up to my thigh for about 6 weeks, and then it was a shorter cast for like another 6 weeks.
Okay.
So yeah,
12 weeks is like 3 months around there.
Around there.
4. Wait,
yeah.
I can't do math. Hold on. 4. 12 months. 3 months.
I'm not good at math either.
Yeah,
so
yeah. Okay, so that was with soccer.
That was with soccer.
And what was the one with football?
Football. I fell again, but then I fell so weirdly, and then like I broke like my what's it called? The tibula, the tibula of the bone.
I don't know anything.
Yeah,
about
that's
bones.
they said that was literally like near the ankle, and I broke it in 2 places. And like if the bone drifted down into my growth plate, I would have had any surgery, but I didn't need any surgery.
Wow.
So
you got that close to that.
Yeah, it was so
Fuck,
close,
man.
Yeah,
That happened with soccer and football. Okay, out of all the sports you play, which one do you like more?
I say football.
Football,
by a long shot. Yeah.
Really? Why?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. It's like the idea, you know, like tackling people, and then like this the plays, like it's just I just feel like more. I feel like the football thing is like more intense and like more gritty compared to soccer. Basketball, like you need like the IQ. Like you can't be dumb playing basketball. You know what I mean?
Basketball is like less like. Well, yeah, you're right. It's definitely an IQ thing. Like if you're the point guard, which I guess you would be. Are you a point guard?
I'm a combo guard, so I play point and shooting.
Okay,
yeah.
Yeah, so especially like as a guard, you need to be able to pass, like know exactly when to shoot.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. I wish I knew how to play basketball. Like I really like basketball, but I just can't. I mean, I can barely do a layup. Although I can shoot, you know what I mean? Like, because shooting is easy. I mean, shooting is just shooting. I just shoot that shit.
Yeah,
sometimes
second nature.
Exactly. Sometimes it goes in. Sometimes, most of the time, it doesn't. But
exactly.
Layups for some reason. I think I'm 210s. Like because when you got to do a layup, like a finger roll or just kind of like a layup, you have to gently throw it.
You got a little finesse to it.
Yeah, you got to finesse it a little. I fucking throw that shit and bounce right off the backboard somewhere else because I don't know how to do it like gently. But yeah, I've always wanted to play basketball. But so you like football out of all sports? All sports. So like, those are the. Have you played more than those 3 sports?
I did boxing as well.
You did boxing?
Yeah.
Okay, how was that?
I don't know. Like it was really fun. Like I loved that actually more than football. But then I just stopped it. I don't know. I don't know why. It just cut off. Like I don't know, with my parents, because like we saw injuries in boxing. All the head injuries, and so many people who are boxers, they can't really like talk. They got that little thing that like traumatized and brain injuries and everything.
Yeah, boxing has I mean, boxing is pretty dangerous. I mean,
definitely,
there's people getting hit in the head the whole time. It's like,
but like the most like dangerous sport like out of all of them, and that one like I hate the most is hockey. I can't stand watching. Hockey.
You don't like hockey?
I don't know. It's just like it's so I don't know. It's just so violent. Like people go there for the fights, and like so many people in that sport don't even make it past like around like 30 something. I don't know.
Oh, I had no idea about that.
No. It's like I don't know, because I know a lot of young hockey players, and they I don't know, like right now they're like really injured. People missing teeth in the hockey. It's just in the NHL.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't like that sport at all.
Yeah, I mean, even if I wanted, I couldn't play it because I don't know how to skate. So like, that's strikeout right there.
Right.
But, yeah, I mean, but you don't think football is kind of violent too, though?
In a way, but like you have an object. Like when you get into a fight in hockey, right?
Right.
people go there. Like one of the main things, the reason why people go to hockey is for the fights and all that
Right.
stuff. And like, and then once you get into the fights, it's like the rest don't even stop it. They let it happen.
Yeah, I don't even know how. Yeah, because I guess fighting is part of the sport. I don't know much about hockey. So what's the point of the fights?
I think the points of the fights is like
Just to fight?
just a fight. It's a brawl. It's an
What the
all-out
fuck?
draw, bro. Like I don't know. This is
weird.
a one for all, bro. Like
That's so weird.
it's
That's the
stupid.
point. Yeah,
Exactly.
there's no point besides just fighting.
Yeah.
That's weird. There should be like, and I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm just getting this information from my head because I remember seeing this or hearing about this. But like, they have like they strategically pick certain players to be the fighters.
No,
Is that not true?
I thought that like I see it like when like two players, have an altercation. It can be like at random. I think
Right.
out of those two, they fight it out. I don't know if
Got
it like
it.
they choose and pick.
But how the fuck did the fights even start?
They just start like pushing. Like for example, like a bad call, for example, and then I don't know, like what you can do in hockey though, you can tackle somebody against the glass. So you can like shoulder them.
I've seen those,
That
yeah.
can start it, I guess. And then from there,
right.
it goes on.
Oh, so it's just like a regular fight?
It's a regular
I
fight.
thought it was like I thought there was a reason behind the fight. Like, I don't know. I just thought it was part of the sport. I guess it is, but I guess it's not really. They just let them fight.
It's just like a I don't know, like a +2 to it. Like it's not like I don't
That's
know.
weird.
It's very weird.
That is weird.
I really don't like the sport personally.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen it. Have you seen the SNL sketch with Chance the Rapper?
I did. That was
shit
my
was
favorite
funny. It was
joke.
like, you don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
And the game one, the esports. He had another one.
Oh,
It
I
was
didn't
fu-
see that one.
Yeah, that was hilarious. So.
I want to see that one too.
Yeah.
But okay, I wanted to talk to you about
Mm-hmm.
because I'm about to change the camera real quick. So
Yeah.
I wanted you to tell me what exactly is your business, because I know you have. I don't even think you got one. I think you got multiple. But what are those? While I go change this really quickly.
Okay, so my business is called Sabir in the Making. Can I take these off?
Yeah.
All right. So my business is called Sabir in the Making. It started off as a sponsorship business, and then from there it went on to branch into different things. So we sponsor different charity events. Like multiple sclerosis. You're trying to branch off to like cancer, different type of foundations to like raise money and awareness through like basketball, and then from there I branched out into the clothing business, which I also do now, which is like I have shirts and I have merch and all the other stuff as well, and then now I'm trying to like make my own label in a way, like my own platform for different artists to come onto like my platform, and then from there like we can make something happen, like public speakers, people who do spoken word, rappers, anything in the art industry, anything like in a way that you can do creativity within yourself. You come onto my platform and then we can talk, and then from there you can probably like perform at the different tournaments, perform at different events. I'm trying to do more events in the future, but I need like a partner too, like somebody who's like already in that field, because I'm so new to it. So yeah.
Okay, that's a lot of shit.
It's a lot.
you're
Yeah,
doing a lot.
I just
That's
started
fun.
it. Yeah.
When did you start? When did you realize you wanted to do a lot of this entrepreneurial and like all these business, all this shit? Like at what age was that?
Ooh, when I was probably in 8th grade.
Really?
Yeah, I used to, so like
What made you
custom,
want to do
Yeah,
it?
because Custom Ink, they had like this
right.
thing, this deal one time, and I wanted to sell bottles for football because I'm out for the season.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to like help my team out in a way, so I created these bottles, and then I sold the bottles for $5. It was some small cheap stuff. And then like my dad was like, push it for $5. So then I sold it, and I was like, I love like the negotiating part of the whole entire business is just like my favorite part of it. So from there I'm like, I need to do more stuff. So around like 10th grade, I was like sitting there like bored, and I'm like, I need to do something with my life. Like, I need something to be preoccupied with instead of basketball as well.
Right.
Like if I get injured, what's my fallback? School, but like, what am I pushing for? Like, what am I doing to like, what's my second passion? And then business and like, public speaking and spoken word, all that stuff came to be. And I'm like, so many other people are just like me. So why can we like, do a collab? And especially people in Philadelphia. People in Philadelphia are so creative. And it's crazy. There's like LeBrons and Will Smiths and Kevin Hart's right down the street, and we don't even know because they don't even have the right resources.
That's true. I mean, and some of the time they're not even in Philadelphia. Like,
definitely.
That's the thing. That's funny that this conversation just came up because I always like to ask people this. But do you think people from Philly, like creative people from Philly, at a certain point need to leave Philly?
It depends on what's your path? Like, what's your goal? Like,
Okay.
some things can like a different, better in other places. Like my mom, she moved down to New Jersey because she says better education opportunity down there for the kids. So I guess like education, certain things, like certain fields, like
Right. Okay. Well, yeah, because I'm thinking, let's say, I don't know, let's say music.
Okay.
Do you think, do you like if you're a rapper or an artist in Philadelphia that you have to leave? And I'm not saying you have to leave forever. Right. I'm just saying like just leave and go to like major markets, because that's a problem with Philly that I've noticed. Even like production shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Philly doesn't have a lot of that. Like you go to New York or LA, like it's all production companies. Like all those companies like Complex, BuzzFeed, shit like that is either in New York or LA.
That's definitely
you know
true.
what I mean? So that's the thing that I've noticed. Like I guess for me, because that is what I'm interested in, like production shit. Like there's not a lot of that. There's like one. I'm doing an internship at this one that's not even like. You know, it's called We Talk Weekly. It's like this show, and I'm interning there. But like, that's one of like 3 in Philadelphia. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's why I wonder. Like sometimes I do plan on leaving Philadelphia, right? But I don't know. It's kind of messed up that Philly doesn't have as many of those production companies as other places do. You know what I mean? Because it's like, if also you think about it, it's like we're so close to New York. We're like 2 hours away from New York. So it's like it should be like in this whole area, but it's really just in New York. And I think, I don't know. That's why I'm asking. So for what you want to do you plan on staying in Philly to do all that stuff?
I mean, because like I personally have like a lot of resources in Philly, but like I do want to branch out to different places because like you said, like LA and like New York and other places, they're way past Philly in that market, you know? Yeah. And like it's just like. You said like you're not gonna leave forever, but like again, there's like more opportunities and more connections out there.
Right, exactly. I don't plan and I've said this before in the podcast, but like one of my main goals, I think, when I become successful doing the podcast or just doing anything else in this field, is to eventually come back to Philly, have like this place that has like production equipment for free that people can come in and use it and leave.
Oh, okay.
That's like my goal, to like make it easier for people to get into production, because at the end of the day, I've noticed even with people, there's so many people that want to do a YouTube channel. Like you ask, like I bet you ask 10 people and like at least 7 of those 10 people say, yeah, I would do a YouTube channel. Yeah, but the problem, it is easy to do, but the problem is they don't know how to do it.
That's true.
You know what I mean? They don't know, like, you gotta, all the steps involved, like creating a channel, creating a YouTube thumbnail, doing the fucking tags on the thing so it can be found. SEO, like, you know, like search engine optimization, like, you know, like I said, the thumbnails, the titles, the descriptions, the tag, like there's a lot of shit. It's easy, but it's like people, you know, some people are like, let's say the talent. Like, I don't know if you've heard that phrase, but some people are just like, and I know a lot of these kind of people that like you put them in a camera or in a microphone and they're like great. They're super entertaining. Or like people you may know on a day-to-day, they're like super funny. But they never end up doing kind of production stuff because, you know, they would need somebody to set them up to succeed. It's like lobbing them so they can do the dunk and, you know. But, but they don't know how to, like, you know, let's say if I continue with the analogy, like do a self lob, like throw it up the glass so you can dunk it. Yeah. So that's a problem that a lot of people have. I don't even know why I started talking about this. Oh, you were saying I went on a tangent with like leaving Philly or not, because you were saying that what you want to do is just kind of help. There's a lot of creative people in Philly. Yeah. You want to take advantage of that. Okay. So for the label you said it's like spoken word, music. Is that like mainly like that kind of stuff?
Any art, you know, even like, you know, drawing and people who like, that's cool. Are in anything expressing themselves, you know.
So how is that? What's that brand, I guess?
Oh, it's called Sabir in the Making.
That's the one, Sabir in the Making.
Yeah, that's my logo with the thing. You probably seen my page.
Yeah, I've seen it. That's pretty cool. Do you have like a YouTube channel and stuff like that?
Okay, so I did. It's on YouTube. I actually did start a YouTube channel. Okay, but like I was saying, the hardest part for starting YouTube is the consistency. You know, if you put out a video, people want to be like, okay, what's next? Yeah. And then if you don't put out the next video, then you start to lose your audience. You start to lose, like, you know, that interest.
And the consistency part is very true, and it's also kind of hard when you don't see results right away. That's a problem, right? Like if I start putting out YouTube videos, like let's say every day, and every day gets 2 views, it's like I'm gonna get discouraged.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is like you just have to push through it for as long as you can and just build that consistency, and people will come because they see the consistency. And like, you know, and there's a lot of stuff obviously I'm still learning. Like I need to, at least for the podcast, I need to learn how to interact with the people that listen and watch, you know, and then I'm always doing changing shit. I mean, when you came in, I was like trying out this new
this
look for what the podcast will look like, but I couldn't do it because there's things missing. But yeah, consistency is definitely key. That's something that I've learned that I have to do. And the problem with consistency too, right? You might like miss a day. The one thing that you can't do is like if you miss a day, you just have to like release it later,
right?
Because if you're hung up on the fact that you missed a day, it was like, well, what's the point of even continuing the consistency?
Exactly.
Then it falls through. But if you like, let's say you miss a day or you post later or something, at least you're posting. At least you're staying on track. If you like don't post one day, like, all right, I'll post tomorrow. You know, instead of be like, I got to get it as soon as possible, even if it's late. Okay. You know, you kind of lose that motivation to put it out.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I've gone through that because this isn't, I mean, I've had a bunch of YouTube channels, or like, not a bunch of them, but like I've done the thing with like a restarted channel and like, you know, a new idea and decide to do this and that and that. And then I last for like a week and it's done. And it's done forever. And like the thing with this podcast that I wanted to do is just almost treat it like a diary, in that there's always gonna be an episode every week, and it doesn't have to be like overly planned out, because that's the thing I like about podcasts. It's just talking. Exactly. You know, it's a conversation, so I can do that all day. So then the thing that comes with that is just like, you know, making sure that you have a new episode every day. And there's a lot of other stuff that I do with the podcast, like, I don't know, like the clips and all that, like literally everything that has to do with the podcast I do. So like the designing of how even the clips look, like editing the videos, uploading them, every single thing I do myself. And you know, it is a lot of work, but at the end of the day, it's kind of like I enjoy the process of just making it look like this, like kind of look professional a little bit. Yeah. It just looks cool, even if I'm not getting any views from it. Like the fact that I can go on Apple Podcasts and look at my podcast right there, and I like the cover of it. You know what I mean?
Right, it's your passion.
Exactly, and it's cool. And I mean, it sounds like you have many passions also. So I mean, to turn it around on you, when did you start most of these businesses, I guess, or you know, brands?
I started when I was in 8th grade.
Right. So which one did you start when you were in 8th grade?
So it was called SS Sports. That was my first official business.
And that was the one that you said about the water bottles.
Yeah,
okay, got it.
Green top water bottle, $5. Cool.
That's cool.
And then from there, I had an idea. Then my cousin, he had his own business. So then I was like, he's doing that business. Like I need to be more focused. Like, you know, something like I love to do, my passion. So then that's when I came out with the T-shirts that I had. Okay. And I put out a couple. People was like, oh yeah, they're tough. So I pushed some more. That's and good. People started buying it. And then when I was in 9th grade, I started the name Sabir in the Making. Got it. Out of nowhere, I was touring around on Snapchat. #Sabir in the Making. People was like, what is Sabir in the Making? And I'm like, what is Sabir in the Making? Like, what is that shit? Like, that's honestly. Funny. And then from there, I was like, you know, I'm gonna start doing shit that I want to do. You know, what I love to do. It was like, you know, host different events. I hosted my alumni reunion for middle school. That's cool. I coordinated. That's really cool. And then I loved it. Like, yeah.
Yeah, event planning. It sounds like a nightmare, man. That's really? Like, yeah. I mean, you know what I mean. And like, definitely. I don't mean like it's bad. I'm saying like it takes a lot of work.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's why I say it sounds like it's not something I would do, because it's just so much shit that you have to worry about a lot of different stuff. Right?
Exactly. That's so true. Like definitely. Yeah. Like you gonna. Even like something doesn't go according to plan, you gotta like, you know, think on the spot right then and there. Yeah, like, go around.
And I'm sure that happens a lot. I mean, that's the problem with events. It's like the music for some reason isn't playing. So like, what the fuck am I gonna do?
Right,
like,
exactly. What's happening next?
Speaker just turned off for some reason. Like these two people are sitting together and they hate each other. Some shit like that.
Yeah, something small and stupid, like something that's like, you know, it might mess up the whole event. So you gotta think on your spot. And then, like from there, after the alumni reunion, I was like, I need to do because my aunt, she has multiple sclerosis, so
Okay.
I was like I need to do something for her because like I used to do walks for the foundation.
That's cool.
Yeah, back in the day. So and I was like, I want to do the basketball tournament.
Yeah.
And then like I put out a flyer, and then so many people start asking like, where the tournament gonna be. Yeah, people came down from New York, from DC.
That's cool.
And then next in this past tournament, people came down from Florida. People came down from New
Damn.
Jersey. It was like I
That's
didn't even know it was
crazy.
that big. Like honestly,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
and it was just nice, like see a bunch of people together.
Yeah.
And I did have a lot of things, like a lot of shit that was happening. Like a team wasn't playing, and they were sitting there for like a long time, and I'm like, yo, I gotta get the team on. So
Right.
then like we just had to like readjust. And that's like the biggest part about
Right.
having a business with events. You gotta readjust and all that shit too.
So
But,
those are the kind of events. How often do you do events?
so I did it annually. I'm trying to do
Okay.
at least 3 or 4 annually now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you like different ones or like the same one or just
Different.
different ones like a year? Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Huh, interesting. I mean, that sounds cool. And I mean, the thing about that Sabir in the Making thing was like a label for a lot of different creative stuff. That's like perfect for a YouTube channel. It's because you just have to record somebody doing
Yeah.
any of the whatever their passion is and just have it all there.
Exactly.
That's a great idea, I think.
Yeah.
And I mean, as long as it's great art, I mean, people are gonna watch it.
Exactly.
I do like that idea. It just sounds like you are definitely very entrepreneurial. Just from talking to you, like you do a lot of shit. You're always doing something,
Mm-hmm.
which is that those are the people that succeed. If you're always doing something, something's gonna catch on
Yeah, sure.
eventually. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's
eventually.
just what happens. It's
Mhm.
like the rule of odds or something like that. I don't know, but
Mhm.
yeah, that's good that you do that kind of stuff. All right, now I want to get to know more about you.
Okay.
So where were you born?
Okay, I was born in. What was I born in? Oh yeah, West Philly. Yeah,
West-
yeah. I
okay,
forgot,
so
yeah.
you were born here in Philly.
Yeah, Philadelphia.
Got it.
Philadelphia
Born
Hospital.
and raised. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. What middle school did you go to?
I went to Villanova Academy for Honor Studies. That's Villanova.
Is that connected to the college?
Not even. No, my whole entire life, everybody kept on asking that same question. I was like, I went to
Yeah.
Villanova. I was 9, 10 years old.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah.
want to go to Villanova University?
yeah.
I said, nah, bro.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's called Villanova Academy for Honor Studies. It's like
Right.
it's in Villanova, PA. That's why it's called.
Wait, you said for honor studies?
Yeah, Honor Studies.
Damn.
But it was
So
some.
does that mean
some-
you were smart as shit?
I mean, it was some dumb people in that job. I mean,
All right. Okay.
it was. I mean, it was an honor studies because, like,
Yeah,
I don't know,
yeah,
it was
yeah.
just like supposed to be top notch.
Okay,
top-
that's good. That's
Yeah.
what's up. I mean, yeah. And what high school did you go to?
I went to a school called Darwell Arkham. It's Muslim school, and I went to Commonwealth Connections Academy as well.
Okay.
CCA. Yeah.
Huh, interesting. A Muslim school. I
Yeah.
haven't seen many of those.
There was actually it's in New Jersey, so we had to travel to New Jersey.
Oh, we're right, because that's why you guys went to New Jersey in the first
Yeah,
place,
so
right?
yeah, my first 2 years we traveled from West Philly down to New Jersey
Got
every day.
it. Okay.
It was like an hour and a half drive.
That sounds interesting. So,
Yeah.
how does that work? Yeah, tell me more about that, because I know Christian,
Right.
schools, Catholic schools, but I don't know what Muslim schools are like.
So Villanova was actually a Muslim school. The school
Okay,
I went to,
that
the
was
middle
also a
school.
Muslim school.
But that
Okay.
was more diverse.
Got it.
And
Okay.
the one in New Jersey wasn't. It was a lot of Arabs.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
ooh, okay, that's appropriately. But you know what? But the thing that you said about the Villanova school
Mm-hmm.
being kind of diverse, I've seen that a lot. Like there's a lot of Catholic schools
Mm.
where even though they are religious, it's almost like it's not theirs, not part of
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, I know
Like
what you mean,
they're
yeah.
not like forced to do it. You don't even have to be Catholic to join.
Right,
it.
right.
Like it is part of the school, but you can be going there and not necessarily be like super religious.
Exactly.
That's what it
true.
sounds like Villanova was.
It was kind of like that, but like most of the people there were like mostly everybody there was Muslim or like had
Okay.
parents who was Muslim.
Got it.
Yeah, like one of the
even if
the
they
dad or the
didn't
mom.
themselves practice it that much,
Exactly. Yeah.
they still had the parents. But
Mhm.
was the high school one like way more like?
It was okay. So the high school, because that joint was so okay. So low key, like that school was racist. Like low
Okay,
key.
well, I
didn't
want you to
mean.
tell me all about it.
Yeah, I mean, like it was like so. Personally, for me, because I'm African American going to like an Arab school, so it was so like for
right.
example, like one time I had like a lot of hair, I had a whole fro, like it was like a fro, how you can braid it
Okay.
down and
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
like that. They said I had to cut it off because it wasn't appropriate, right? And there was another
Okay.
kid who had hair down to his shoulder. And the inside, I'm gonna cut off his hair. He had the same length of my hair, but my hair was different because you know how
Right.
the hair is different, texture was
Yeah,
different.
yeah.
So then the guy was like, the principal was like, you know, you don't want to look like these hoodlums. You want to look like Jay-Z.
What the fuck?
Yeah, Jay-Z and Will Smith. I'm like,
yeah, that's straight up racist.
I was like, hold on. I was like, wait 1 second.
No, that's just racism. That's
bro,
just straight up racism. I was like, right there.
Okay, because then I heard that story about that wrestler who had to cut off his dreads.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, it's kind of, we're in the same realm. Yeah, it's in the same realm. Like,
that was fucked up.
Yeah, it was, bro. That was
crazy.
So fucked up, bro. Like, I talked to my dad. I was like, bro, that shit is. It was like so. I don't know. It was just like he had to, right then and there, like for the.
Why did they have to cut the fucking hair?
Yeah, because they were saying that the hair was going to get caught up in the mats because when people wrestling. I don't think that was the case. Yeah, that was some. That was dumb.
That.
Yeah.
Aren't the mats like? What the fuck? How the fuck would hair get cut up in a mat?
No, they were saying like when you're on the floor with somebody, like their hair are gonna get caught up with another person's, like, I don't know, it's caught up in a way with the person's body, and then shit can happen.
I don't.
Yeah,
the cutting of the hit. No, that's.
But then
crazy.
they did it in front of everybody. They did it like right then and there, cut off that shit,
That's
and then
crazy.
to push it
That's
back.
what's crazy.
I was like, you was gonna cut off your dress like right then and there.
That's.
Like,
I mean, that's fucked up.
That is.
But I mean, the other way to look at it is also like, I guess. I mean, there was a lot of pressure on the guy, right? And I'm sure
in the
the sport meant a lot to him, right? He
Yeah.
probably really wanted to win. They were probably a good school. It was like a lot of pressure on him to like win. It was like, you gotta win. So I think the actual cutting of the hair is not like good, but I understand why he did it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
He was probably just like, I just want to win. But if you look at it deeply enough, that it is super fucked up. That the fact that he did it in front of everybody,
that was
a bunch of white people. That's what's even worse, bro.
And it was a white ref who cut off the hair.
That's what's worse, bro. Like, you surrounded by all fucking white kids, and then you see, and the white ref is cutting the hair in front of all the white people, and they're like, they don't understand that hair struggle, so they're like, oh, good, yay, you did it. That sounds super fucked up.
That was fucked up. And then like I'm thinking like, like us as like, African Americans, like, our hair looks different, it's very, very different compared to everybody. You can do so much shit with African Americans' hair compared to white people's hair when you got the straight hair, Arab, and then like when he told me to cut off my hair, I'm like, are you serious?
Were there other instances of racism that you can remember from that school?
I'm trying to think. It was, it was very, very subliminal, very, very, it was just like I didn't catch on to it till like like after the fact, after I left. I actually was more aware of what to do next and like what's happening next. How people act, how people think, and all other stuff too. Like it was a big eye opener, very, very big eye opener.
That's cool. I mean, okay, that makes sense. But there isn't one specific thing that you can remember, at least now looking back at it.
Actually, I can. Yeah.
Okay,
they used to, a lot of kids used to use the N-word as like
that's a fucking
that's a whole, but like it's a whole like, different germ, but like they used it like I don't know, they didn't use it so they were like too free with that shit. That's
interesting because there's a lot of white Arabs.
Oh, there is a lot of white Arabs.
So you know what I mean. So then that makes it weird. That's interesting because especially if they're all Arab, or a good amount of them are.
Yeah.
I guess they're technically not white.
Yeah.
But it's still kind of like
because they were saying that Egyptian, and they were saying, oh yeah, I'm Egyptian.
Yeah.
I'm African American.
Yeah.
I can say nigga, this and that. I'm like, no, bro, you're not.
Rough.
Just don't use the word at all. Like just like
exactly.
Be very courteous.
Who do you think can say it?
I think black people, only people that can say
only black people.
Only black people.
All right, that's fair.
I don't think Hispanics.
Cause you know what's okay? Go ahead.
I don't think Hispanics. I don't think like any other race can use the word.
Yeah, I mean, the fuck. I'm gonna tell you who can't use it. You know what I mean?
Right,
but
exactly,
it's like I also think it's also a matter of the reason why you see, let's say, a lot of Hispanics use it. It's like, let's say, in places that are extremely diverse, like let's say New York, where it's like every single kind of people, and I think they accept it more because I think they see themselves as like
minorities as well.
Yeah, and also like New York people. Yeah, especially I'm thinking mainly New York because when you look at people from other races that say the N-word, that's mainly where it happens, like New York, because just the way that culture is. I don't know. It's interesting because I mean, here a lot of don't remember it's making a noise. You can't hear it, but my bad. No, it's cool. But yeah, it's interesting that thing about who can say it because there's so much controversy about it and there's so many people. I don't know. It's like it almost goes by by case basis because there's so many Hispanics that say it.
That's true.
And then there's like half and half. I mean, let's think about it because I remember. Do you remember the Gina Rodriguez thing that happened?
Yeah, I saw that.
That
on
was
Instagram. That was
a big deal.
Jump.
People were like really trying to cancel her.
Yeah.
But there's also like, matter of fact, I'm gonna look it up right now.
Wait, do you know what happened with her after that?
Nothing. I mean, people were just mad on
That's
the
it?
internet.
Did she
didn't
apologize,
really.
or?
She definitely apologized. I think.
Okay.
I'm not sure because the thing with her is that people didn't like her just because she had made some comments even before that, like demeaning black people. So people were already mad at her.
Yeah.
So then the fact that when that video came out, it's like, you know what I mean?
Right. That's like it's double. That's like, come on, like you really, I don't know. You say something bad about black people and then use the N-word and then expect people to
exactly.
You know, just,
I think that's the problem because I was talking to my Puerto Rican friend about it, and we were talking about that thing specifically of like maybe the problem with certain races that are not black saying it is because well, one, they're not black, so they don't have to go through black issues, and therefore they don't truly understand the repercussions or like you know what I mean? There's like a whole different thing just based solely on perspective of being black or not black, right? Then there's the other thing of like some Hispanics put down black people. That's so true. Like if you're a Hispanic that does that, you can't then turn around and use it,
right? Because
if you're putting black people down, then why are
you using the word?
Yeah, exactly. That's you're just like putting them down, but then trying to be cool and use what they use. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's the problem, and that's why it gets tricky because, you know, there are Hispanics who are like, let's say, all right, let me put this scenario on you. We're just talking scenarios.
Okay.
Let's say there's like in New York somewhere, it's like an entire neighborhood of black people. Let's say like a block or like more people. Let's say like a whole town of black people. But there's, for some reason, this black couple adopted this one white baby.
Okay.
I think you can see what I'm going.
Yeah,
right?
I see where you're going.
Imagine, like, what about that? What do you think about that? And then, like, all they knew is like black people. Like, all they've ever been in. Let's say the person never left that hood. Like, they've only been around black people, and that's it. And they don't even know. Like, they know that they're white, but they're not like.
I don't know, be like fully capable of like I don't want to say privilege, but like you know how people would think about how white people are.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Cause and that's I mean I should probably let you finish, but let me say one more thing. Something that I've been thinking about with something I've been thinking this shit is just fucking falling. Something else that I've been thinking about with like privilege, like a white privilege. I think the reason I feel like a lot of white people get mad about white privilege things is because they don't feel like they have it based on, let's say, where they live, right? So like in that scenario where there's the one white kid and everybody else is black,
right?
There can't be any white privilege.
There's none
because it's like there's no other white people. But then the actual white privilege exists because this country's 70% white people. You know what I mean? It's almost like a majority privilege. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because it's like if you're white, you're automatically part of the majority. That's the people who run this country, right? So automatically you're gonna have that privilege because you're just like the people who run the world, run the United States. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was this DM that I got because I posted something. I forgot what it was about black people. You know, it was black people aren't thugs, and then it was like this thing, like this post I posted up, and then somebody said. Unless they are, or something like that, some dumb stuff like that. Yeah. And then I was like, what you mean? Like until it's like black people are this and that. They act very very wild sometimes, so they're considered thugs. Well, then I'm like, there's you could say that there's about anybody basically, like anybody can act a certain way, but they're not all of that.
Exactly,
all
that's
that
something.
Group of people is not that thing.
Hold on, let me because I forgot that I had this this YouTube search. I looked up famous Hispanics who say the N-word.
Oh man,
I can't find like a good list, but I know. I mean, off the top of my head, I know Fat Joe.
I didn't know Fat Joe.
He's Puerto Rican, I think.
I didn't know he used that, but now I can see.
He raps. He's a rapper.
I don't listen to his music like that though.
Yeah. He uses it. I think Cardi B obviously is one of the most popular ones.
Yeah.
Although she's half and half, which is like a whole other thing. So and then you look at it the way you look at like that's so interesting, bro. Because it's like it's a very complicated issue. You know
It
what I
is.
mean? It is. You can look at it so many different ways. Like you might look at it like people who are mixed, like Drake and J. Cole say it, and they're both mixed.
Yeah.
But Logic can't really say it because how he
That's
looks.
what
You know what I
saying, 'cause,
mean?
Like, I think like I don't know, because I think it's the way that you portray yourself as well in like the media. Like Logic, he like for example, Drake and J.
Yeah.
Cole, like they use like their biracial thing not as the only like the only thing that they talk about in the rap, you know.
Right.
Like Logic on the other hand, he talks about so much other like Logic talks about more like him being biracial.
Yeah.
Compared to like Drake and then J. Cole. J. Cole talks about a whole bunch of other shit, and then for a little bit talks about biracial.
Right. Yeah. It's I guess it's also like how many times you talk about it because it became a meme for him. It's like I'm biracial. Like Logic is biracial, whatever.
Yeah.
I think it's more the problem with Logic. I think is that he doesn't identify as a black person enough. Like that's not the first thing you think of when you think of Logic. When you think of Logic, for better or worse, you kind of think like nerd a little bit.
Yeah, it's just,
you know,
it's the
like
way he portrays
doing
himself.
the fucking Rubik's cubes and shit. Like, you know what I mean? It's like he portrays himself as a nerd, like a white nerd at that. Like a lot of white shit. Like his second album was like a science fiction album shit. You know,
but
what
that
I
was
mean?
good though. That was
it was a good album.
It was a good album.
But I'm just saying, like the kind of things that he does. Align more with white people than it does black people.
That's true. Yeah, I agree with
so
that.
That's why it's so hard, I think, for people to see Logic as black because he doesn't really show any kinds. And the fact that, and I think I've seen Joe Budden or like Charlamagne the God talk about this, the fact that he doesn't do a lot of black outlets, like where you see him will be like CBS This Morning or some shit or like the what the fuck are the morning shows like
ABC
yeah all those shows like where it's just white people around like that one token black person, you know what I mean? Like I think that's Logic's biggest issue. I think that's why a lot of people see him as corny or whatever versus like J. Cole or Drake. Like they're firmly, Drake does a Jewish thing but it's not white,
right? It's two different things. Yeah, I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? I think that's the whole thing. And what were we talking about? Oh yeah, Hispanic saying the N-word. Yeah, that's like it's something that I don't know. I mean, and do you know who iDubbbz is?
iDubbbz.
He's like a YouTuber.
Oh no,
it's this white YouTuber. I mean, I don't even want to bring this up because it's so weird. It's like the whitest kind of person because he does this thing, which I can see his point, but it's like white privilege at its finest because he's like a famous YouTuber. He's pretty funny,
right?
But he uses the N-word a lot, not towards people, but as like.
Oh, I actually heard about. Oh, yeah, I heard about something like that.
Yeah. So and he started because there was some drama with him where he like came up to. Do you know who's the girl that married Jake Paul?
I don't even know, bro.
What the fuck? Who married?
I didn't even know he got married. I didn't even know who got married.
Well, I'm sure it's a fake marriage, but what the fuck is her name? Tana Mongeau.
I never heard of her.
She's a white YouTuber.
Can I see a picture of her?
Yeah, she's kind of pretty. Hold on, let me see. Hold on. Tana Mongeau. She's been like in Lil Pump videos and shit. She's like one of those white girls. You know what I mean? Like those white girls.
Definitely.
I think you know what
blonde
I mean.
Hair.
When I say, yeah, like why she look like Lindsay Lohan in that? But pretty much this YouTuber iDubbbz came up to her like at a meet and greet and as a prank like said smile N-word to like freak her out. Right, and there was this whole drama with her like calling him out, like you can't say that word. Then a video of her came out saying the word. It was just crazy. But the reason I'm bringing him up because he has this point that he's made that I guess saying the like comparing the N-word and the F-word, the one for gay people, and what he's done. Like he's made it a whole fucking phrase of him. It's crazy, bro. This guy's the most fucking white privileged person I've ever seen in my life. This motherfucker lives in the woods. He can say whatever the fuck he wants. And he has like a following. I want you to look, and he's pretty funny. But like the shit he says,
is this
like
iDubbbz? You said
iDubbbz, yeah,
okay.
iDubbbz with two B's and a Z at the end. He has like he's a pretty big YouTuber, but he's pretty much done this thing where like he uses this phrase N-word, F-word like together,
right?
Like he says it really fast, both of them, like as if it was one word.
Wow.
Because he's saying that like his main argument is like, oh, they're both words, or like it shouldn't be, one shouldn't be it shouldn't be like people can say this one and people can say the other if the one have like the same amount of history. Obviously, that's wrong because one is like persecution of
race,
gay people. No, well, one is persecution of gay people.
Right.
One is slavery. One of the worst things that's ever happened in the history.
Definitely.
So you can't compare it. Right. That's why I kind of get mad at his point. It's like it doesn't make sense.
Right.
But I don't even know why I brought it up. I guess we're talking about the N-word, and I just remember this guy, and he does that. He does that so much, bro. He says it so like nonchalant. That's why I say it's like white privilege, bro. Because this motherfucker's just saying that.
All you want is attention. And
it's also like he has those edgy like 16-year-old white fans. You know what I mean? Who feel like they can do whatever they want. But it's just so annoying. Like that's how you know white privilege exists. That motherfucker can say blatantly racist words
and nobody says shit about it.
Nobody said. People don't even know it. He has like his whole fucking community.
That's crazy.
He has like 15 million subscribers and shit.
Speaking about white privilege,
yeah.
I don't want to,
go ahead. We're on the topic.
We were I actually saw this movie called Black Klansman. Have you ever heard of it?
I saw it. Yeah.
It was this one scene at the end of the movie when Donald Trump was talking about how it was like this ride that happened. I think it was in Charlotte or something like that. It was a ride that happened.
The person got ran over. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he was saying that one side was like acting really wrong and the other side was acting crazy. So I'm like, what do you like? What does that mean? Like I don't know. Like Donald Trump, like personally, like he's like
it's crazy.
It's so entire. People were like saying, oh, like for example, like people always talk about like why do you hate Donald Trump? Like the way the media portrays him, but like it's the way he portrays himself.
Yeah, it's a lot of. He does. The reason I don't hate Donald Trump is because I see right through it. Mm-hmm. I know what he's doing. He's catering to the people that voted him in the first place, right?
Right. Yeah.
So he knows because I guess he's smart that way. Mm-hmm. He found especially after Obama was a president.
Right.
With a black man as a president of the United States, there was a lot of racist people in the country, like a lot.
There's a lot,
but they couldn't say shit because it's a black president. Like, how can you be racist?
Right.
So Trump saw that shit. Mm-hmm. It was like, I'm gonna rile them up because he probably knew these people exist, and then he just got them fucking crazy, and that's how he became president.
Right.
But the thing with Donald Trump is like, what was I gonna say with him? I was gonna say something else, but I think he does that. Hold on, I'm gonna pull up this fucking video.
All right,
bro. There's this video of Donald Trump where he's like catering to black people, like telling them, "Oh my."
What was it?
God.
I think I saw it on Instagram.
You saw it?
Yeah,
it was like black people are the ones who founded this country.
Yeah. Something dumb. I saw something like that on Instagram.
I couldn't believe, bro. I was like, that's when I knew, bro. Trump is like a fucking maniac. Because this motherfucker like nothing. Like, yeah, black people. Y'all know. Nobody tells you this, but y'all are actually the founders of this country and this and that. I'm like,
I'm gonna say, what is like. What is your take on that on the slogan "Make America Great Again"? Like, what is your take on that?
Well, obviously it's racist. I think that's. I mean, you can't argue with me on that. It's like you know what else? It's like since you brought up "Make America Great Again," right? And let's say the people who wear MAGA hats, right? You can't tell me if you wear a MAGA hat that you're not racist,
right?
Even if you're not racist. At the very least, you're stupid because you know this MAGA hat is directly connected to somebody who's bigoted and racist, right? It's his hat,
right? It's
like if you wear the hat of somebody who's racist or bigoted, regardless of what you voted him in for, because a lot of people say, "Oh, I just wanted, more jobs, more this, more that," like I think they call it single issue voters, like people who vote only for one thing,
right,
and ignore the rest. Even if that's the case, you can't tell me. It's like you can't tell me somebody can't be a good person and wear a MAGA hat. You know what I mean? It's like because you know what the fuck the MAGA hat means.
I'm saying why people
don't wear the fucking. You can support Donald Trump in silence. Right. Nobody would ever know. You don't say shit. Just support him, whatever. But if you wear the hat, you know what the hat signifies. The hat signifies racism and fucking sexism and all this crazy
all the
shit.
Other shit. All the
exactly.
Dumb,
so if you wear it, you're just stupid.
You're just a moron. I don't understand. Like it's so blatant. Like I saw people. I went to the African American Museum in DC.
Okay.
I think it was last week.
Yeah.
I actually saw people wearing a MAGA hat coming inside the museums. I saw the security. I was like, y'all see, like, I'm not tripping. You see this, right? Like, yeah, they come in here all the time. It's their opinion. Whoa.
No.
Wait. I said, wait, it's not.
Look, it is their opinion, but
that's disrespectful.
It's a disrespectful opinion. Yeah, it's like, Yeah, and those white people feel comfortable in certain places, man. I dare them to fucking walk down Temple with that hat.
They're gonna get
I fucking
jumped,
dare
bro.
them. Yeah,
bro.
They comfortable as a museum. Nobody can hurt me. It's like,
I mean, nah, bro. I don't give a damn who you are.
Yeah,
you're gonna get fucked up. I see that. This is dumb.
You know what? I mean, yeah. I mean, if you wear a MAGA hat, it's just kind of crazy. But it's like, yeah. You know what's funny is like I was talking to one of my teachers recently, and I was telling him like. He was talking to me about that he kind of wanted to be a social studies teacher. Now I told him like, yo, what if you just came out with a MAGA hat one day, like to the class, but instead made it like an actual class lesson, like talking about what the hat means and like the history of America and why make America great again. I would be a dope teacher, bro.
No, you would be.
That would be a good lesson, right? Because like
there,
everybody was like, oh, what the fuck?
Right?
Oh, shit. And then you put it down and then you start talking about. Because there's a lot of, history in what the hat is implying.
And that slogan by itself, in 4 words.
Again, yeah, exactly. That last word. Bro, that's the thing. It's like, I don't know if Trump is necessarily racist, like I said, but I think he knows what he's doing. He's catering to racist people because at the end of the day, that's what got him voted in the first place. It was racist people.
That's true.
It wasn't all racist people, but it was a lot of people that felt a certain way. But how we even start about this? Oh, N-word.
Yeah, the N-word. Yeah, I don't even know.
The N-word.
It's a deep topic, though.
It is. You can go. It's definitely a very deep topic, and it's like, I mean, let's say, what about Africans? Do you think they can say it? Because I'm just throwing shit out there. Because,
I think they can. I mean, I don't know. I think that they're exception. I mean, yeah.
I think the thing about it, I guess maybe, I don't know. I think maybe it has to. I think it has to do with appearance a little bit.
I think it does.
You know what I mean? Because if like me, I clearly look Dominican or some kind of Hispanic.
I thought you was Dominican.
I am definitely Dominican.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying. That's how Dominican I am. You can tell I'm Dominican.
Yeah.
So, obviously I'm Hispanic, but there are some people that look black. They can probably get away with it because they look black, right? But if you're Asian, right, which there are a lot of those. There's a lot of Asians that say the N-word.
Yeah.
There's Albanians that say the N-word. Because have you met any Albanians?
I actually have not really. I really haven't.
That's funny that we've been in Philly and I've met a whole group of people that you haven't. But because in my high school, it was a lot of Albanians there.
That's crazy.
And some of them say it. I mean, it's Arabs, like you said. There's definitely Arabs that say it or want to say it. I don't know. I was talking to Sabir about this too. It's almost like when certain people say the N-word, there's only so much you can do. When you're in a certain situation, like I was talking to Sabir about the fact that there was like one day I came into class and I saw this white person like singing along to a rap song and was saying the N-word like a couple of times,
right? And
I was just kind of like, the fuck do I do? I'm just like confused because I'm like, what am I was like, yo, don't say that. I guess you could say that, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's interesting because there's certain situations that like you want to say something, but it's kind of like. I don't know. It's kind of difficult to say something.
Yeah, I was saying I think it's like they're trying to get a reaction. I mean, most of the time people try to give a reaction in the whole situation.
I think so.
Yeah.
What do you think about people singing along to a song?
I think like if you are African American, I mean I'm with the majority. If you're African American, you can use that word. You can say that word as much as you want. But like, even if you're any other race, you cannot even use that at all. Sub that word out with something else. Negro, say anything else. You can like bleep it out. But like you ever seen that? You ever heard about the that incident that happened with Kendrick Lamar at his concert?
The white girl,
and then she said nigga on the John.
Everybody started booing.
Everybody started booing, and she got really embarrassed. I mean, it's just like. People got it. Yeah.
I don't think she was racist. Right?
Yeah, no, it was like an accident. Like she was like in the moment. I can understand like she was in the moment.
But it's still like
you can't say that,
Yeah.
But the way Kendrick Lamar,
handled it.
I didn't like the way.
What did he do?
I'm saying like he said, hold on. She got this that he put her embarrassed her. I was like, she seemed like
hold on, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
I was like, she seemed like a nice girl who was like, she was in the moment.
Right, probably.
Yeah, so like, if I was Kendrick, I would have been like, I would, after the fact, I would have said something to her, or
Sure.
or I was like, okay, you can come backstage with me, and then like say next time in the future don't use the N word, but you got back access to all my stuff, it's just
there's definitely ways to handle it, and I think it's just the N word is just a tricky situation in general. I mean, in a perfect world, nobody should say it, in my opinion.
Right, that's true.
Because at the end of the day, there's so much baggage with it. It's like, and I understand that the reappropriation, I guess,
or
you would
like
say,
redefining the word,
redefining the word, yeah. Because actually, I think speaking of Kendrick Lamar, I think isn't that like, I think in one of his songs he talks about that. I guess the N word comes from the word, I don't even know if I can say this one, negus.
Oh wow.
Negus.
I think so. I think I heard about that.
And apparently that means like black king or something.
Oh, yeah, Neagus or something like that. I saw that somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. It's like something like that, where he's saying like the origin of the N word actually means like king or queen or something like that.
That's deep.
Which, I mean,
that's deep.
That changes a lot of stuff. So then that even means like, okay, does that mean that that you guys even have to stop saying it,
right?
Even though it has a bad history. I mean, if the actual definition of it or the origin of the word is like positive, you know what I mean? If it's like an old. Yeah, hold on. Let me see.
It was another word that people used like back in the day that was like really like, for example, dreadlocks.
Yes.
You know how like the whole entire situation, people say just call them locks instead of dreadlocks. You hear about that?
No, I don't know about that.
Yeah, they were saying like back in the day, like people who wore dreads or something like that. They, the word dread is, means dread, dreadful and like, very, very, I guess ugly and everything like that. People say like the word dreadlock comes from hair being a certain way, and then white people didn't like that certain way of hair, so used to call it dreadlocks, something like that.
Okay.
So then that's when they were saying like just use the word locks, because locks, is very, very different. I don't know. There's like so many things, so many ways that people used to say back in the day certain words like are just now different.
Yeah, that's true. I think I found a song from Kendrick Lamar where he starts talking about it. It was a song of To Pimp a Butterfly.
Oh wow.
Let me see. Let me see if I find it. Let's see. Hold on. Sorry. So I'm gonna dedicate this one verse. Oh yeah, there we go. Here's what he's saying. Well, this is so many artists gave her an explanation to hold. Well, all right, I'm not gonna rap it, but so I'm gonna dedicate this one verse to Oprah on how the infamous sensitive N-word control us. So many artists gave her an explanation to hold us. Well, this is my explanation straight from Ethiopia. Negus definition, royalty, king, royalty. Wait, listen. Negus description, black emperor, king, ruler. Now let me finish, and then he finishes the song, I think, talking about why he uses the word. But so I guess that's kind of deep. You know what I mean? If that's the case, if in Ethiopia that word actually means like royalty,
right? Kind
of switches things, but I don't know. Damn, that's funny. See, that's the thing I like about this podcast. I never know where the fuck the conversation is going.
That's all the time, bro. Every time when you want to talk with somebody, like it changes to a whole other different subject.
I can never plan where the fuck I'm gonna talk about. But that was 57 minutes. That's
really
that was 57 minutes, bro. Yeah, time passes by when you're having fun. Yeah,
that's crazy.
I guess, and that's where I'm gonna end it. We need to do another episode because there's so much more that we could talk about. But thank you so much for coming to the episode. You can come back anytime. The way we end the episode is with a segment I like to call the Aux, where we play songs we've been listening to recently. The way the song Sabir, what's the song that you want to use?
Sure, let's do any J. Cole song. The most recent one.
Oh, you want to do J. Cole?
Yeah, we do J. Cole.
Wait, which one?
Let's do Dang, so many.
I still had Young Thug. Like
you had Young Thug. Man.
So I mean, it could be. The reason I say that is just to tell people like, to make it seem like you chose on a spot.
Yeah.
Like some pre-production, but it doesn't matter. Whichever song you want to do is fine.
We're gonna do J. Cole. Right, apparently by J. Cole.
Apparently, okay, all right, yeah, I can pull that up right here. J. Cole, apparently, of his album 2014 Forest Hills Drive.